Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Friday night Q&A live from Michigan, where you can throw out your questions, Bitcoin related, cryptocurrency related, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Going to talk about the news, move some crypto around. Welcome everybody. All right, thanks for joining me. A Grand Illusion was here. I saw him make a comment about being afraid to check his Blockfolio portfolio, and it was pretty harsh over the last week, especially the last today, mostly, to take a look at your portfolio and see, especially when it tells you the percentage that your entire portfolio was down. So but we'll get through it. Don't panic sell. If you have to sell, sell. But I mean, don't panic sell based on emotion. Bitcoin took a dip below 7,000. It's recovered somewhat, so we'll see. Um, the chartists talk about it has to get over a certain amount in order to go higher, or if it doesn't, then it's going to go lower and all that kind of stuff. But we'll talk about the price of Bitcoin tonight. Got some stories, a lot of FUD and rumors and rumors of rumors that kind of got thrown around. I got some great news stories to talk to you guys about. Going to have some nerdy stuff about verification. I've done a couple of videos in the last few weeks where I've done software verifications, and I got a story that kind of goes to that issue as to why it's important, and some stuff about Monero, which I think is a pretty cool coin. So let's jump in, and let me greet who's here. If I can find my windows, there we go. All right, so let me go back over to, where are we here? We'll do on-screen demo. Is that where we are? Let me get this stupid thing out of the way. There we go. Feel better now. All right. All right, so let's go back over here. Grand Illusion. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Animal House. That's good. Yeah, my first thought was take the pain, where Sergeant Barnes was yelling at some, blown up private in the field, who was screaming. He's like, take the pain. So BG is here. EKS, welcome from San Jose, California. Cool. Crypto Shopping is here. Betty A again. Wonderful to see you again, Betty. I'm glad you're here on a regular basis. It warms my heart to know that I've got people that like to join on a regular basis. That's really cool. I just wanted to turn off that secondary camera there. I use that secondary camera when I'm holding up the ledger. We don't need it at the moment. Mr. David is here. Mr. David, sorry about missing the Q&A yesterday. Had a PTA fundraiser, dinner and fundraiser, and I'm the treasurer, so I was there with my technology. We got one of those PayPal here card scanner chip readers, so I was on deck for that, taking people's money. So that was pretty cool. Chadwick is here. Hello. Grand Illusion has been here. I'm glad he was here early. CFI Randy, thanks for the thumbs up on the videos this week. I've been kind of trying to pump them out the best I can. All right. So let's go into, I don't know which story. The first story I had in the queue. If you go down to the description, you'll see that there's a couple of affiliate links there. The Crypto.com affiliate link. If you haven't joined Crypto.com and you want to get one of those cards where you can spend your crypto, I recommend that service. I really like it. And then below that is a VPN, a NordVPN, for privacy and security, and I'm just recently partnering with them. Did a video about using Tor and VPNs. And then below that, you can look at all of the articles that I'm going to be talking about tonight with links. I provided links so you can check them out on your own, read the full article, so you don't have to go Google looking for it. All right, so let's see. The first story that I wanted to cover, let's look here, was the, this story. Now, I don't know. I heard that this was the story that really got the market spooked and was a big catalyst in the drop. We never really know exactly why these markets go up and down. You know, when they're going up, we don't really look for too many reasons. We're just happy. But, you know, when they go down, you know, everybody's looking for that reason. What happened? What was the catalyst? Usually some news. So this was the story that Binance's Shanghai office was shut down by the Chinese authorities. And it is true that the Chinese are cracking down on illegal cryptocurrency exchanges. And China outlawed cryptocurrency exchanges in 2017. So I guess it's sort of, I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. It's kind of like prohibition. You know, the U.S. government tried to outlaw alcohol, but everybody just kept drinking. You know, turned the whole country into lawbreakers. And then, so China outlawed cryptocurrency exchanges, but I guess, you know, from what I've heard about this story in the last few days, is that there are quite a few illegal cryptocurrency exchanges operating in China. And when the president of China, Xiaoping, if I pronounced his name correctly, oh my lord, can you believe that? That's really irritating when sites do that. Anyway, the block. So CZ had something to say about this news site anyway. So anyway, apparently there are quite a few illegal cryptocurrency exchanges in China, and they started people started using them more when the president announced a few weeks ago that the country, China, was embracing blockchain. And that got everybody excited all over the world. The price of Bitcoin shot up. So apparently a lot of people in China were rushing back to invest in cryptocurrencies. So, you know, so we can see that, you know, they have this underground cryptocurrency market going on. And so anyway, the government cracked down on that. And the big rumor was that they had shut down Binance's office in Shanghai. And this is the story here, the block, right? There was more, some other news companies, websites picked up this story, but they were the ones that broke it, right? So most of the other articles were based on this article. So, so that's the story, right? Now, but here's the next story. If I can find it. Binance, boy, and that's a really, that ad just like really. Binance denied that this happens. Binance denies police raids, very existence of Shanghai office. Speaking to Cointelegraph, Binance spokesperson refuted media reports that Chinese police had raided and subsequently shut down the exchange's Shanghai office. Furthermore, the spokesman stated that no such offices even exist. So that's kind of interesting. Now, and then here's the tweet from CZ Binance. Zheng, I get him confused with the president of China. But here's the story. And he said, no police, no raid, no office. Hope you didn't pay to read that FUD block. All right. So I've read articles on the block before. I guess they're, you know, more along, they're cryptocurrency related news site, but they're more along the lines of, say, the National Enquirer than like CoinDesk, you know, or Desk or Cointelegraph, right? These are the big sites where they're pretty serious about their news, right? But they did pick up that story, though. I don't know that I linked to that, but they did. No, but there was I think Cointelegraph or maybe picked up this story too. All right, so that was cool, right? So we have this, the Chinese shut down this Binance office in Shanghai, and the market took a dive. And then I saw this tweet come through late last night, and I thought, oh, well, the market will just recover, since it was just, non-existent, occurrence. But no, it hasn't really. So, once the fear hits, the damage is done, I guess, right? All right. So, interesting little turn of events there. All right, so let's see, where are we now? I guess I'll cover the big story. Yeah, Bitcoin dropped below 7,000. Down, I'm not sure what the low was. I think it was like 69 something. Briefly below 7,000. Falling channel support at 68. A break above 82.31 is needed to invalidate lower highs, set up and confirm a short-term bullish reversal. That's chart stuff, right? That's all based on chart stuff. People that analyze charts and whatnot. So let's take a look at where we're at now. There we go, price charts. Let's just take a quick look at where Bitcoin's sitting now. 72.20. I guess it was a little over 73 earlier. So it's recovered considerably. It was down like 10%, I guess, or 20 over a 24-hour from where it was. So let's look at the 1 day. This is today, right? 76.97, 71, down here to 69.68, and back up. Let's look at 7 day. That might give us a little better. There we go. All right, so we were just cruising along in the mid 80s. What's up, buddy?
Have some more root beer?
Ask your mom. She'll help you. This light is
Have some root beer, please.
There we go. I bought this cheap floor light, and when he hangs on it, it comes unscrewed. And anyway. Okay, so we're cruising along. We were kind of stuck for the last week or so, right, in this 8,500 range, right? And then it got low, and then here we start to come down, and then we really took our dive this morning, early this morning, and today, right, down below the 7,000 mark. So quite a dramatic drop. So if we look at from here to here, you're looking at a 10-15% drop over a 24-hour period. So it was pretty gnarly, right? But a bit of good news, and we all get depressed when the Bitcoin goes down. I get it. We're all waiting to get rich, right? Let's see, where are we here? Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, but this is a bit of good news here. If we look at, this says that hodlers are in the money despite Bitcoin's drop to 6-month lows. So, and this is based on the number that, because Bitcoin is a transparent coin, and we'll talk about that a little bit when we talk about Monero. Bitcoin is transparent in that the blockchain transactions are not encrypted, right? Bitcoin uses cryptography for digital signatures and, keys, private public key pairs and that sort of thing. But it is not an encrypted, it is not secret, right? It is not scrambled on the blockchain, right? Anyone can look at the blockchain. So 54% of Bitcoin addresses are still in the money, according to blockchain intelligence from Info the Block. In the money if the current price of Bitcoin is higher than the average price at which coins were added or sent to an address. We're talking about Bitcoin wallets here, right? Personal wallets. So the on-chain metric, therefore, indicates that the majority of holders have acquired coins below the current price of 7,100. So over half of the people that are holding Bitcoin now are in the green, right? So it's not as bad as it seems. So, but 54%, that still means that like 46% are in the red, right? So I don't know if that's the greatest news of all, but it is, people, when Bitcoin drops, a lot of people tend to, raise the alarms that, it's going to zero and, anybody that has Bitcoin is, screwed and on all that. But, this story gives you a little bit of perspective that just because the price of Bitcoin went down does not mean that, all is lost, right? So those of us that hold Bitcoin are probably still doing pretty well, right? Yeah, I mean, I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin yesterday, and then I looked at it this morning, and it was only worth 90. But that's like, okay, I still have $90 worth of Bitcoin. And then later in the day, it was back up. Well, let's look at it now. It's $93.75, right? The $100 worth of Bitcoin that I bought yesterday is down like $7 out of my 100, 7%. But still, I still have, $93 worth of Bitcoin. It's like it didn't evaporate, it didn't go away. I still own it, right? So I'm not going to worry too much about that. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about verification. So I started this channel, the very first video that I ever did. Let's see if I can find it here. I think I can if I do this. If I go to this channel analytics, actually, okay, so there's videos, and then we're going to do date, but I don't know that I can. Oh, I just did. That doesn't sound right. Huh. Okay. May 27th, 2017. My first video was how to verify software downloads with a cryptographic signature. And then I did another video very similar to that. And then how to install Debian Linux with full SHA-512 sum verification. And then the next video was how to stay anonymous on the internet with Tor browser. So these videos that when I first started doing videos, they were just, they're a little bit painful for me to watch, but I just turned the camera on and did the video. I didn't have a video editor. I just had a video recording software. And so they were kind of one-take videos. And so it's kind of like my live video, right? If I screw up, I screw up. So if you watch those videos, they're a little bit, rough, right? But that's how this channel started, was cryptographically verifying downloads. And one of the main reasons I started doing that was because when I first got involved in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin wallets and mining pools and all that, they were telling me, I would see these signatures and these hashes, and I was like, what is this all about, And the sites, like, they would give you a signature, but they wouldn't explain what you were supposed to do with it. So I spent so much time trying to figure out what it was all about. And then, and I would pull out my hair and go, why can't there be a tutorial somewhere that explains how to do this from beginning to end with an example? So that's kind of how this whole thing got started. Scott Lee's here. That's great. All right. So, in that same vein, where we talk about, oh, and let's look again. Can I do this? All right. This video here, how to use Cardano ADA on the testnet. I download the Cardano wallets and go through the verification. The SHA-SUM verification and the GPG cryptographic verification. And then in this Tor browser video, I do the online verification as well using SHA-SUMs and using their cryptographic, SIG files, right? So, and a lot of people early on my channel complained a lot. They would say, "Why are you doing this? Why can't I just skip this part?" And blah blah blah. And I would say, "Well, yeah, but I'm trying to explain this to people that might want to know what it's about and how to do it." And as it turns out, it's kind of important. And I talk about it a lot in the videos that if you don't check if you don't verify the download, you don't know if it's a valid file. You don't know if you got the right file from the server, if it's the one the developer wanted you to get. It could have been replaced by a malicious actor. So that very thing happened on the Monero website. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So there was a security warning on the Monero Reddit page that the CLI binaries available on the getmonero.org may have been compromised at some point during the last 24 hours. And the reason that they knew this was because the hashes weren't matching. So if you look at this post here, they went on the Monero website and they downloaded this file and the hash was provided. And then after they downloaded the file and ran their own SHA verification hash, it did not match the one on the website. And what had happened was somehow some malicious actors had managed to post incorrect binaries for the Monero wallets on the website. Now, we don't know if those were hackers that were hoping that people would download Monero wallets that would send funds to their wallets. They could have been hackers, or they could be the government, the government, right? We don't know. But we do know that this was found out because the hashes did not match. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So if you go to Monero.com and you want to download their wallet, it was the command line tools that were the problem, right? So let's go ahead and download. I'm going to click this. Let's put it in downloads. We'll hit save. All right. Now that zip file that I just downloaded, before I open it and before I install it, I need to verify it, right? They gave me this hash here. So I'm going to take this hash, I'm going to copy it, right? And I need to verify that that is the same result I'm going to get. So I have this SHA-SUM checker software. There's an online one here. Let's get this out of the way. I'll browse over to the file that I just downloaded, right? In downloads, the Monero. I'll open it. And you see it churns away and it generates all these SHAs. The SHA-256 is the one I'm looking for. So if I paste that in there, that's the one they gave me on their website, right? That one matched, right? So when you run these when you download software, you should verify it with a SHA-SUM checker. Now you can do a SHA-SUM check using your own software. This is free software. Or you can do like an online SHA-SUM check, right? So SHA-SUM online, right? There's a lot of online. Whoops. I should take that U out. The U got me weird, okay? So you can do, this is an online one. I can do the same thing. I'll choose the file. in downloads, Monero. I'll open it up, and I need to do the SHA-256, right? And then I'll just paste in that one on their website and compare, right? That's quick and easy once you know what you're doing, but it was such a mystery to me because you look at it and you're like, okay, they gave me a SHA-256. What am I supposed to do with it, right? There's no explanation on here anywhere as to what I'm supposed to do with that long, crazy, weird number that they're putting down there. So I did my own research and found out. But this is why we do these things. So if some attacker or third party tries to substitute a different file, you're going to find out. Cryptography is your friend, right? Math can save you. So that's pretty amazing, really. And while we're on the subject of Monero, and the government does not like Monero. So Mnuchin, the Secretary of Treasury, his number 2, gave a speech where he talked about cryptocurrencies and the threat that they pose to the system, the government. Okay. Okay. So not only for private businesses, but also for a number of activities the government is responsible for. All right. So once again, the same old tired thing. Digital currencies can potentially be used to evade existing legal frameworks, which means that they can't control them, right? They can't enforce their laws. Hey, William May, another tip. Appreciate it, William. Taxation, anti-money laundering. Here's the big one. Or anybody that wants to use their money privately is a money launderer, right? You're guilty of a crime just for spending money without telling the government about it. Financing terrorism, of course. Let's all say that one together. Financing terrorism. This is MNUCH'S, who's, I guess, the number 2 guy at the Treasury Department. So while the Treasury has set out that U.S. laws must be obeyed, regardless of whether the transaction is made with fiat or digital currency, should an anonymous cryptocurrency grow to scale, it would make it harder to enforce those laws. So we talked earlier about Bitcoin being transparent, right? The Bitcoin blockchain is there for all to see. Monero is not like that. Monero, Zcash, Verge, a couple of others, they're privacy-oriented coins. They actually encrypt the transactions as they go across the blockchain. So you can't go on the Monero blockchain explorer and look at someone's Monero address and see their history. Transactions are encrypted so that you don't know who people are sending to, and you can't tell who people are receiving from, right? Now you can trace that they're using Monero through their IP address, so it's not a foolproof system, but it is much more complex than Bitcoin, right? And so the government does not like this stuff at all. What was it? In pursuing the public interest, I'm so glad they're watching out for my interests. The big bankers and the elites are, so concerned about my interest that they're going to look very hard at these issues, right? We don't like people using currency that we can't track and trace. Yeah, so William is here. Let's see what William's... Oh, wait. William has his own YouTube. I think I'm subscribed to him. Let's see here. Whoops. I'll be quite embarrassed if I'm not. Yeah, there it is. XRP agent. All right, so check out William's YouTube channel. He also has some books on Amazon relating to real estate and incorporating cryptocurrency into real estate. So William is always nice when he drops by and throws out a tip, and I reciprocate by giving him a shout out. So you might want to check out his site. I think I can do this. Paste. Whoops. All right, so let's see what people are. Okay, so I think that's a question. Teresa, I says, I want to put BTC in CoinSwitch and switch to TNT, but I need an address, but I don't have any. Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically what she's talking about is I've never used CoinSwitch, but I'm assuming that it's similar to Shapeshift, which I've used before. Right. So you need an address of the currency that you want. So basically, if you want TNT, you're going to need to get yourself a TNT wallet and create the wallet. Let's coin. And then Tyrion, is that it? TNT. Okay. So here's their website. All right, so if you want to switch your BTC to TNT, then you just need to go find a wallet. La 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 la. Of course, if they don't give me. All right, Let me try this. Whoops. Ah! It's not what I was trying to do. Okay, let's do this. Get this out of the way, and then let's say wallet. There's got to be a wallet out there somewhere for this thing. Whoops. Ugh, come on. What the heck? Okay. Lumi wallet. Okay, so apparently Lumi supports TNT. All right, and then they have like a web version of it. So you would create your own wallet here. Okay. Oh, cool. So basically what this is, it's a web-based wallet, but it does have a recovery phrase, and you'll open your own wallet. And then you'll have an empty Tyrion wallet, and you'll have an address, right? You'll be able to do a receive. And then once you have that address, you can use CoinSwitch to send money to that wallet. I would start small, and it's up to you what wallet you want, because it looks like they have an app version of this wallet, which might make more sense for you. I'm not sure what your situation is. A lot of people feel more comfortable, using their phones than, computers. Let's see if there's any. Let's just see if there's this guide here explains how you buy it. Okay, well they're talking about Ledger. Huh. Okay. Okay, I did not know that Ledger supported that. Let's check it out. We'll go to crypto assets. What was it? TNT. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, apparently it's an ERC20 token, so it's pretty easy to store it on a ledger. So let's, I can show you real quick here. If we take our Ethereum and then we go into our Ethereum. Ethereum is the granddaddy of ERC20 tokens, right? The ERC20 tokens live on Ethereum network. So if you have an Ethereum-based wallet, or in this case, an account in your ledger live, then you can go to add token, right? And then we'll call TNT. Let's see, TNT, right? There it is. Boom. We'll just hit that. We'll hit continue. And we'll go over here. Let me get this guy over here. Secondary camera. So you guys can see what's going on here. Right, you need to be in the Ethereum app. Right. So you need to be on top of Ethereum. We hit Ethereum and it says it's ready, right? Now, when I unlock the ledger, then the button turns blue, right? Sorry about this. I'm having trouble. I'm trying to do two things at the same time. All right, continue. Now it wants me to verify the address there. Right, there's the address. It's basically the Ethereum address of this ledger. That's the address you need to put into CoinSwitch. I'm going to approve that. Right, and so there we go. Let's hit this. We'll copy this into our clipboard. We'll go over here to CoinSwitch. We're going to go to TNT, right? All right, so if I give them 0.1 Bitcoin, let's say it's 0.05. Just a little more reasonable, right? All right. So this looks like a peer-to-peer kind of thing. So you're dealing with other people that are on the network. Whoops, let me get this camera off. So, okay, well, let's view the offer. Oy. Okay. This CoinSwitch is kind of weird. Why would I want to go to Binance, right? Is that going to let me exchange with Binance? All right, let's try change now. See what that does. All right, so there. Now it wants the address. Bam, boom, there it is. That's our Tyrion address. Then we go next. Oh, we got to agree to this. Go next. And then they're going to go, okay, now give me that Bitcoin you just promised me, right? Where's that Bitcoin you just said you were going to send me? Well, they're going to stay disappointed because I'm not sending them any Bitcoin. But what would happen is I'd send them the Bitcoin, and then in a few minutes, the exchange would occur, and the Tyrion would show up in my Ethereum wallet. Right? It would be listed as token down here. So you can see I've got several tokens. Some of them are worthless. But like Link, right? Chain Link. There would be Tyrion in here, and whatever the Tyrion that I bought would be safely stored on my ledger using Ledger Live. Pretty straightforward when you get down to it. Not as complicated as I thought. Okay, let's see here. Thanks again, William. What do I think about the atomic wallet swap? Thanks for subscribing to William's page too, guys. I appreciate that. Fidelity's investment digital currency arm has been licensed by New York Department of Financial Services to operate a platform on which individuals can store, purchase, and transfer Bitcoin. I did not hear about this. That's pretty big. New York is always like the hardest one to get certified on, or a bit licensed, right, to run a cryptocurrency exchanges. So there's a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges that you still aren't available to New York residents. I guess because New York is like the financial capital of the world, so they're pretty strict about what they allow, right? All right, guys. Don't know that I skipped any questions. All right. I just got here. Can you use your bank card and then send to Ledger S? Yeah, but not directly. They do have these, like if you have a Ledger S and you got it all set up, and you want to store some Bitcoin in there, and you need to buy it first, yes, you can use your bank card, right? There's the easiest way is Coinbase. You simply buy some Bitcoin on Coinbase with your bank card, and then you can transfer it to your ledger. But you can't just like set up the ledger and buy the Bitcoin. You can, I mean, there's this buy crypto down here, but it basically just takes you to a third-party website where you actually pay, right? And some of these here are more like decentralized exchanges, right? So basically what we're talking about is actually you can use a debit card on Binance US. So let's do a Binance US. I'll take you to Coinbase first so you can just see. Coinbase seems to be the best one for beginners, right? So you go to Coinbase.com, you get yourself signed up for an account. You're probably gonna need to provide identification these days. You didn't used to, but you do now to get a Coinbase account. And I've got two-factor authentication enabled on mine. You should too. That's about. All right, so it's pretty simple to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, right? You just go to trade, right? And I've got my bank account and my debit card set up on Coinbase, right? So you can put in your bank account information. Once you get it set up, it allows you to buy on Coinbase from your bank account, and then it takes a few days for that transaction to clear. So you won't be able to withdraw your Bitcoin right away. But if you connect your debit card on Coinbase, you can immediately withdraw the Bitcoin after you buy it, right? And I'm not going to do it, but I will. I'm going to make a withdrawal from Binance US for you, so you can see what we're talking about here. If I can find my exchanges, there we go. You know, the question was, if I get a ledger, can I use a credit? Hang on.
What, Alex? The jealous stupid stuff.
Hey, what's going on over here?
The jealous stuff. Hate shit.
Okay.
Well, you must be not sitting right.
No.
You sit right, what's gonna happen?
Sorry about that. My 6-year-old has a love-hate relationship with his office chair. I bought him one of those kid office chairs, you know, that's got arms and a back and everything, but he likes to sit in it backwards with the back of the chair on his chest. And then sometimes when he leans forward, the whole thing collapses, and you know, falls on the floor and the monitor falls and there's a big racket and we don't know if we got to take him to the emergency room.
No.
No emergency room tonight. Okay. No doctors. No doctors. Okay. Anybody here like Baron Munchausen? Yeah, I love Baron Munchausen. No doctors. All right. So let's buy a little Bitcoin, right? There's some US dollar in here. So let's just assume, okay, I just bought this ledger. I want to buy some Bitcoin. So with this here, you can make a deposit and use your bank account, right? Your Chase or your debit card. Same as Coinbase, right? You can do that on Binance US too, right? Pretty easy. So, but let's assume, okay, you got the money in there, right? After you've deposited it. So let's buy some Bitcoin. We'll just do trade BTC for US dollar. Now you could get all fancy and do a limit order or a stop limit or do all that kind of stuff. I just like market and 100% and then buy. And usually it fails until I shave off one digit and then try again. Oh, let's change that one to a 6. Okay, it went through. Yeah, sometimes the 100% doesn't work because it needs, I guess, a little left over for the fee. I don't know. I've learned to work around it. I don't ask too many questions. All right, so now we've got Bitcoin, right? We've got some Bitcoin here in our account and we want to put it on our ledger, right? So your question really was, yes, I can get a ledger and buy Bitcoin with a card and put it on the ledger, but it's not like a one-to-one thing. It's not like I can take my debit card and like swipe it over onto my ledger, or or just directly from my card go right into my ledger. There's a few extra little steps in between there, right? So we take our card. We sign up for a cryptocurrency account, either Coinbase, BITREX, or Binance US. We use that card to make our purchase, and then we have our Bitcoin on the exchange. Then we can move that into our own wallet, in this case, our Ledger wallet, all right? So let's go over to our Ledger Live, to our accounts here. Let's do this native SegWit account. And we're going to do a receive here. And we'll use Bitcoin. And, all right. Now here's something that a lot of people get stuck on. Right? What am I supposed to do here? Right? This thing is spinning and this thing says application is ready. What do I do? Well, what class? Does anybody know? I'm still in the Ethereum app, right? I was in the Ethereum app, so I need to get out, right? So I'm going to navigate. See this little arrow here? It tells me to hit this metal button if I want to navigate. And now that's on both sides, so I can navigate back or I can navigate the other way, right? And I can keep going until I get past settings to quit. Now I hit both buttons, and now I'm back at the home screen. Now I can navigate back over to Bitcoin, which is the coin I'm looking at now, coin that I'm about to use. I'll hit both buttons again. Now I'm in the Bitcoin app. And now you'll notice that the screen says I'm ready to receive. So I'll hit continue, right? And then I'm going to hit continue one more time. And now it displays an address on here. This is our fail-safe, right? I want to make sure that the address on this matches the address on the screen. That's our fail-safe. And then once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to use the arrow here. It says use this button to navigate to the next screen, hit approve, right? Now I know that that address is valid. So I'm going to copy it into my clipboard. I'm going to go back over here to my cryptocurrency exchange account, and we'll do a withdrawal. And we're going to paste in that address of our destination. That's our wallet, right? And then I'm going to send the available balance by clicking the yellow balance over here. I auto fills the max and allots for the transfer fee. So I'll hit submit, and then it wants my Google Authenticator code because I've got two-factor authentication enabled. So we'll pull up our phone and get our Google Authenticator code for Binance US. Whoops. All right, and if all goes well, I should get an alert that they're going to send me an email shortly. Sometimes it takes a minute. There it is. All right, so they're about to send me an email, which I just saw come in on my phone. Wrong account. So much personal information. All right, confirm withdrawal. All right, so now we're on the way, right? Deposit and withdrawal history. Crypto. There. So I have 30 bucks worth of Bitcoin processing, waiting to be withdrawn. And as that processes out, we'll just keep an eye on our wallet over here and wait for that Bitcoin to come in our wallet. Did it come in already? No. No, there was only $93 worth of Bitcoin in there. So we'll just wait for some more to come in. Okay. Thanks, Betty. You know, I do a lot with people, and it's second nature to me just because I practice all the time. So I understand that, and then I do, Betty brought this point up, it's a very good point. I deal with a lot of people that go for months without doing anything involving cryptocurrency. And if you don't practice, you know, on a regular basis, you sort of forget all the steps. So, you know, if you transferred some cryptocurrency, you know, in May, and then here it is November, and you want to do it again, you're kind of like, what did what is that? What's the next step? You know, and I walked somebody through a great guy a couple of days ago on his ledger, and you know, he'd look at the ledger and he'd say, I don't know what, nothing's happening, you know. And I'd say, well, you know, I'd walk him through. But, you know, you can get through it, but it does take practice, right? It's hard to wrap your head around this stuff. But the main point here is that if you want to transfer Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency to your own wallet, then you need to generate that receiving address, right? That's your goal, right? I need to give someone or an exchange the address, the public address of my wallet so that the money can come to me, right? Sometimes you're going the other way. You're going from your wallet to an exchange. Very similar, right? You go to this exchange and say, like if I were trying to send Bitcoin to the exchange, I would just go to Bitcoin deposit, and then they're going to give me the address, right? They're going to give me their Bitcoin address. And that's the Bitcoin address of my Binance wallet. It's a unique address for me, right? It's for me to deposit Bitcoin into my Binance account, right? It's not going to be the same for everybody, right? Everybody's going to have their own unique Bitcoin address for their Bitcoin wallet on an exchange, right? Exchange must just have millions of addresses and wallets, and you know. So, but that's basically the key to moving Bitcoin is that address, right? It's just very similar to a PO box, right? If you want to send somebody a letter and they have a PO box, they're going to say, okay, PO box 34597, Jackson, Mississippi. And probably the address of that particular post office or whatever. But it's all like address boxes, right? You put your letter in the mailbox, and then the postman picks it up, and then he knows it goes to Jackson. And then when it gets to Jackson, they say, okay, it goes to this post office. And then when it gets to the post office, somebody in there says, all right, it goes in this post office box. Very similar to the way the blockchain works, right? The blockchain wallets will query the blockchain looking for any unspent transactions that belong to them, right? And then once they see them, then they will show you there's a balance in that wallet. So that's kind of what's going on when you pull money out. So right now, my ledger is kind of querying the blockchain, looking for any unspent transactions that belong to me, right? That are linked to my wallet, and that address, is part of my wallet. So they found it, right? And there's the transaction right there. It came in, received today, and then it goes into my balance, right? So, and then we've talked about this before. The cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin, is not in the Ledger Live software by any way or form. Ledger Live software is merely showing me the balance of that wallet on the blockchain. So I can shoot my computer with a gun, I can throw it off a cliff, I can, a giant could step on it. He's not going to erase my cryptocurrency because the cryptocurrency is not in Ledger Live and it's not on the computer. Now let's look at this thing. Is it on here? No, it's not on here either. You can crush this. You can drown it. You can lose it. All you need is that recovery phrase, because the recovery phrase is a human readable representation of the private key. Now this has the private key on there at the moment in a usable form, right? And the cryptocurrency is not in this device. The keys are on this. This is a keychain, right? It unlocks all of the cryptocurrency in the wallets that I control. So we bought some Bitcoin. We moved it from one address on the blockchain to another address on the blockchain. But the particular address we moved it to was an address that we control with these keys, right? This is the keychain to the Bitcoin in this address, right? So that's it. Mr. David, Rex, could you run through how to navigate your videos for some of us? Yeah. The tools on YouTube are getting better for navigating through the videos. It's a lot easier for me to navigate from my site. So yeah, there are 62 videos that I've produced that have Ledger in them, right? So it's a little difficult, but let's Ledger and Stellar, right? So 2 words with a space helps, but this is my studio. How about the rest of you guys? So go to YouTube, find my channel, Dad. Oh, it's 1 word, no wonder. The Crypto Dog. All right. All right, so on my homepage, the CryptoDad homepage, there's videos here, right? So when you go to videos here, you get, I think this is it. I believe this will search. You don't want to search up here because that searches all of YouTube. You want to search down here. And let's try Brave. Hit this. All right. So that's the search bar that searches within my videos on my site, right? And it shows all of these Brave videos. Now, not all of them are relevant, right? Some of them, maybe I just have the Brave browser link in the description. So, but the most relevant ones are at the top, right? The one that actually have the word Brave in the video, right? So you could do the same thing here with Tor, right? So you're going to get the videos of mine that are about Tor, and then as you go down, more that might mention Tor. So let's say we want to do ledger recovery, or just hit recover. Right? You're going to get how to restore a ledger from your recovery phrase, restore ledger nano S, restore ledger nano X from 24-word recovery phrase. So that's your tool right there. You want to do good searches, and if you want to search in my channel, you're probably going to have more luck, right? Now you could do the same thing with Google. You could just go on Google and say CryptoDad ledger restore, and it should give you some hits on my videos, right? Just on Google. But if you go to one of my videos, if you're on one of my videos, you can hit this little icon here to take you to the channel, right? And then from there, you can go to the video link here and do your search within my channel. So that would be the best way. Now I do have playlists too. So you can look at some of these playlists that might be, they have several videos that are within a particular category. All right. So that might be something that might be useful if you're just kind of in a browse mood. You just like in a I want to learn more mood, right? As opposed to searching for one particular video, right? I hope that helps. Yeah, I'm working on those subscribers. I would love to have 100K, but I'll be happy with 50K if I can get there. Been at this a couple years now, as you saw. We started in 2017, so we're still. The problem with my channel, if you want to call it a channel, if you want to call it a problem, is that it's educational for one, right? So most people, when they're on YouTube, they're looking to watch like movie reviews, cat videos, action, comedy. They're not really on YouTube to learn. Now, sometimes they are, but usually that is when, you Google how to fix your sink. Then that's when you're watching YouTube, educational type YouTube videos. So that's one weakness that my channel suffers from, right? That's not a mainstream thing that people go on YouTube to do, is, and then my subject matter is pretty dry too. So there's not a huge population of that even no, I don't know what it is, but there's a huge amount of the population that you say the word Bitcoin to them and they don't know what it is. All right. Then there's another section, a smaller section, that you say the word Bitcoin and they know what it is and they may have some knowledge of it, but they don't have any desire to know anything more about it, right? Then there are people that you say the word Bitcoin and they know what it is, but they may not be interested in watching educational Bitcoin videos on how to store it in your own wallet, right? They're going to want to trade it somewhere. So I'm working with a small niche here. So I'm aware of that. And then, if that weren't enough working against me, we have the market. December of 2017, my channel exploded. I was just getting crazy views. Comments were just like flying up on my phone every 5 minutes. It was insane, right? I had never experienced anything like that. Then, when the market crashed in 2018, nobody was interested in my channel anymore, right? So, and then this year, when Bitcoin took off again in April, May, and June, my views went back up again, and my channel became more popular again. So I also suffer from the wiles of the cryptocurrency market, right? So when the market is up, people are interested in crypto, and my channel gets more views. When the market is down and everybody's afraid, then my views go down. That's just how it is. But I've learned to accept it. And as you know, we're all believers here. So in the long run, you know, when interest in cryptocurrency becomes more mainstream, there'll be all these videos that I have posted that people will start viewing, right? Passive income, right? We want I work hard putting up videos, and maybe a couple years from now I'll be on a beach sipping pina coladas, and people will be watching my videos, and the ad revenue will be streaming in. Right? My channel is monetized. Yeah, that's why you see commercials. Now I don't know on the. I think there's a way to monetize the live streams, but I don't. It's a little bit complicated. It took me a while to get the hang of how to do live streams, and I'm still learning in many respects. But this whole thing about trying to do ads while you're live streaming is kind of weird. So I don't know. So, but all the other videos that I post are monetized. My live streams are monetized after the fact, right? So if you if you watch you can still watch my live streams from last year if you want to, and commercials will run on those. They're all monetized. Would it be funny if a couple years all this is obsolete and we all need our voice recognition or retinal scan? Let's hope not. Let's hope that there will still be some need for storing cryptocurrencies in our own wallet. But I do hope that it does become easier. These Bitcoin addresses, there are some companies out there that are trying to simplify the Bitcoin address thing, right? Make them shorter, make them more meaningful, make them kind of like emails, you know. I guess if you guys remember back when emails first started coming out, you know, it was like, yeah, my email is, Jason, 569347, and, people were, it's like, oh, and you got to write it down and everything. It was like, it was weird, back. And now it's like pretty commonplace that, when someone, someone wants to give you their email, you just like hand them your phone and go, here, just punch in your email, So, emails, people have adapted to that. But yeah, I mean, if cryptocurrency wallets get easier to use, great. I'll keep doing videos, and I'll do new videos on the newer interfaces, and just kind of keep hanging in there. And as long as people, get more involved in crypto and it becomes more mainstream, I'm not too worried about obsolescence. Although some of my videos do get obsolete, or not relevant after a while. There are some videos that are outdated now that I wouldn't recommend. A lot of times I'll get questions on some of the older videos, and I'll just like give them a link to the newer video that is more relevant, with the upgraded things. The interfaces change, on Coinbase, everything. You know, Ledger. A lot of my older Ledger videos use the Chrome apps. You know, and those, you know, they don't use those anymore. So I just keep updating them when necessary. All right. I guess nothing really happened much with Brave, and I haven't heard much about Ada lately. But if you remember, I did some videos on the new Ada testnet that's coming out. And supposedly, they're going to be coming out before the end of the month, which means next week, I guess, which is like next week is Thanksgiving. So no one's going to be like, you know, watching YouTube videos about, you know, downloading Ada wallets on Thanksgiving. They might. I doubt it. Yeah, because next week is the last week of November. So we'll see. Let's see if there's anything else I can move around. I think we did off the exchange to the wallet. I don't have any other... Does anybody have any requests for any crypto that we could move? Okay, how do people cash out of BTC if Coinbase didn't exist? Okay, so that's a pretty good question. So Coinbase, you can cash out of Coinbase pretty easily, right? When you set up your Coinbase account, you connect your bank account. It's really easy to cash out. I'll just sign in. So basically, you trade for from say Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin to cash, right? And then in your US dollar wallet, after that you're all done there, you just go to here and choose withdraw, right? When there's funds in there. And then after you withdraw, it goes straight into your bank account. So it's pretty cool. Now, Binance US, I believe, will do the same thing. So let's go back here. Oops. I can withdraw from my cash account and have it go to my bank, right? So you can do it with Binance US. You can also do it with Bittrex. Bittrex will allow you to wire money to your bank, right? You set it up. So that's another outlet. But another really good one is Crypto.com. Crypto.com has a card. Oops, let's turn this on here. So if you've got a Crypto.com account, there are a couple of ways to cash out. So you can take, you can sell. Let's say if I want to, I don't have any MCO to sell. Where is it? Ah, okay. So you can transfer to US dollar, and that, well, that goes to their bank. There is a way to do it, though. It's a little funky. Oh, withdraw, right? No. All right. I don't know what is it. I haven't done it. I don't hardly ever do it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the fiat wallet. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure that you can withdraw back to your bank from crypto.com. No. Well, of course, I'm leaving out the easiest way of all is the card, right? If you have a crypto.com Visa card, then you can simply top up your card with whatever cryptocurrency holdings that you've gained, right? At the moment, I don't have anything in here that's withdrawable, but if you have an MCO card, all right, so if you stake for a card, you get additional benefits, but you can get a free one. And then once you get the card, you attach it to this phone-based account, right? So when you've got some crypto that you want to sell, then you can... See, I don't have any... The Binance coin, you can't directly top up with Binance. I would have to sell the Binance coin for Bitcoin, and then I could top up the card with whatever Bitcoin I happen to have. And then that card, the balance becomes immediately available. So I can go to an ATM and get the cash. Or I can, let's say I got 10 grand worth of Bitcoin. I can use that to top up the card with 10 grand. And then I can go buy a new plasma TV screen or whatever. Right? So that's a quick and easy way to cash out if like you need to, right? So you could you could send some money from your bank into your crypto.com account. You could buy Bitcoin, trade up and down or whatever, and then you have this great windfall, right? You got like 10 grand worth of Bitcoin. Then you could sell and top up the card and have the money right away in the real world spendable, right? So that's another platform that allows you to cash out of your Bitcoin, right? Crypto.com. You should check into that. I find it very convenient. So, like, for example, you can see I went to the grocery store today. So I had some Bitcoin in here earlier. As you guys know, I keep most of my Bitcoin in my own wallet. But I do have some Bitcoin in here. And so I decided to go to the grocery store. And so I topped up my card with some Bitcoin and then went and used that card, right? So I can spend my Bitcoin in the real world using the Crypto.com app and account, right? It's pretty cool. It's good. And then you also have this Crypto Earn where you deposit the Bitcoin or the CRO or the MCO, whatever you choose to hold there. You agree to a term, right? You can see that Bitcoin, that 0.2 Bitcoin is on a 3-month term. I can withdraw it in 21 days. But by agreeing to store it there, I got paid a really good interest rate. Much better than I would with a savings account. And I've stored some crypto, some CRO in there, and some BNB. So it's a good platform for buying and selling crypto, saving crypto, and getting interest on the crypto that you have on deposit, and topping up that card so you can spend it in the real world. Yeah. I mean, it's really a good modern way to deal. And then also the Cash app. So the Cash app, you can send Bitcoin to your Cash app. If I can find it here, the interface may have changed. What's going on with this thing? Ah, okay, here we go. I'm at the home page. The interface has changed since I first started using it. So let's say Bitcoin, right? Deposit Bitcoin, right? It gives me an address. I can deposit my Bitcoin in the Cash app, and then I can, once it's in here, then I can use the Cash App to buy stuff, send to friends or whatever. Withdraw Bitcoin would go out, right? But once the Bitcoin is in here, then I could sell it for cash, or just use that balance to fund transfers that I. And you know, the Cash App is like Venmo or Chase Pay. It's like a cash-based app that you can use to send money to anyone, right? Or there's a lot of stores that'll accept the Cash App. All right. So that's another off-ramp for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, the Cash App. So that's pretty cool. Trying to think of any others. Well, I mean, if you're out and about and you've got your Ledger Nano X with you that's paired to your phone, you can use the Ledger app to send Bitcoin out, right? So you may not need to cash your Bitcoin out. You may just want to spend your Bitcoin, right? You might find someone that's selling, say, a used car or a used electric guitar, something small, right? And he says, okay, it's $700. And you go over there, it's Craigslist, you call the guy and you say, hey, I want to buy your guitar. Would you accept Bitcoin as payment? And he might say, well, yeah, sure. I heard it's pretty cool. And so you go, okay. You show him how to install a Bitcoin wallet on his phone or his computer or whatever, and then he gives you his QR code, and you send him the agreed amount of Bitcoin for the guitar, and then he gives you the guitar, and you're both happy, right? So you might not need to cash your Bitcoin out. You might just want to spend it, right? Now, you know, the argument is that Bitcoin is like it's a digital gold, it's a store of value, and people don't spend it. But ask somebody if they'll accept Bitcoin. They probably will. You know, the thing is like, oh, I don't want to spend my Bitcoin because it might go up, right? But it's value, right? Maybe you're short on cash that month, and you want that guitar really bad, you know. So offer to give the guy some Bitcoin. And say, hey, dude, how about some Bitcoin? You know, or you work for somebody, and then you say, well, how about you pay me in Bitcoin? Or they work for you, right? It depends on who it is, right? But let's say, you know, it's the massage guy, you know, comes over to give you your shiatsu massage. You know, you could get to know the guy and say, hey, would you accept Bitcoin for this? You know, so there's lots of ways to cash your Bitcoin out in the real world besides Coinbase. Is there a Bitcoin Visa that's free? Well, there is. The Crypto.com, this one is free. The Visa, the blue one. Now, there aren't any of like these benefits, but there's no stake, right? All you need to do is open a Crypto.com account and then request the card. Of course, you got to give them your personal information, but there's no charge for the card, right? And they'll send it to you. And but you know, if you want to use if you want to use the card, you're going to have to spend some of your Bitcoin or your crypto or whatever, you know. But they're not going to charge you for the card. It's completely free. Now these other cards that have these bigger bonuses, you have to stake some coins, and that's just something you put on deposit for a while, and then when you're done, you don't need it anymore, right? So you're not really spending that either. You're just depositing it for a while, but those are free. There's a lot of companies that have crypto cards out there. Crypto.com is just one of them, but they're a very upstanding firm. You know, they're a big player in this. There's Cryptarium too. Cryptarium has a card, right? Same, it's pretty much the same thing, right? You get a wallet. At least I think they have a card. I thought they had a card. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think they have a card. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So they have a card that you can use to spend Bitcoin. Yeah. It looks more like an ATM debit type card than like a Visa card. But I'm sure it's got like a Visa or MasterCard logo on there. But there's more than just those two. Those are just the big ones that I know about. But I like Crypto.com. I'm utilizing that card when I need it. BitBuy. Okay. There's another one. I am not a robot. What does it say? Bus? There's a bus. There's a bus. Oh, wait, I missed that bus. Okay. All right, so BitBuy. It's another platform where you can get a digital, like a card, that you can spend your cryptocurrency in the real. I'll have to. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Oh, we have to be Canadian. Doggone it. Hey, I live in Michigan, though. We're really close to Canada. Would that count? Pretty cool. Right. So all of these are ways, and a lot of people, the purists, they'll say, oh, you should keep crypto in your own wallet, which I do. I keep most of my crypto in my own hardware-based wallet, or desktop-based wallet, whatever the case may be. But I'm also open to these other platforms like Crypto.com, where I'm storing some crypto on their platform. I'm trading on their platform. I'm selling my Bitcoin on their platform and loading up my card if I need to cash out, right? Now, let's say I had no Bitcoin on Crypto.com and I was hard up for cash and I needed to, my car broke down or whatever. And it was a $1,500 repair, and I didn't have that money, right? I was in between paychecks, right? And I need my car fixed. So I could take my Bitcoin that's on my ledger and transfer it into my Crypto.com account, right? I can transfer Bitcoin into my Crypto.com account. Then I could top up my card with that Bitcoin, and then I'd have $1,500 on my card, and I could go use that Crypto.com card at the service station that fixed my car, for the $1,500 bill, just like I would any other Visa, right? The assumption is that, my cards are maxed out. I'm in between paychecks, but I have crypto, right? What am I going to do? So Crypto.com to the rescue, right? I can just top up the card. I hate to sell my Bitcoin, but my car's broke. I need to get it fixed. So transfer some Bitcoin to Crypto.com, top up the card, get my car fixed. Easy. All right, Scott, have a good night. Fake news is on. Time to watch the fake news. Well, Rich Chadwick says I'm rich. We're rich. Rich is a state of mind, right? Poor is a state of mind. Now, I get it. There are people that are born into poverty that don't have the same opportunities as others do. There are people that are born into rich families, right, that never want for anything. But as you go through life, thank you, Tha, that's very nice of you. As you go through life, you must have that attitude. Don't have the poor attitude, right? Don't live on the scarcity principle that the world is limited resources, right? And what others have, I don't, and what I give others, I lose. Don't think in those terms, right? You want to think, in rich terms, like I've got what I need to fulfill my needs, right? I can use my check, put it in the bank, pay my bills. If I've got crypto, I want to buy crypto and store it, I can store it. If I need to use it, I can withdraw it. I can transfer it. I can cash it out. So don't think in terms of that you're stuck in life, right? And the things that you give to others come back to you in ways that you can't imagine, right? So don't worry about every little penny that you're spending. Think. Give yourself a rich mindset, right? That's the best way to go through life, as opposed to worrying and complaining about all the things that you can't afford, right? Okay, I can't afford to go buy a speedboat, right? But I can afford to go over to the pie shop, have a nice piece of pie and a cup of coffee, right? Enjoy the things in life that you can afford, and, you know, spend money to make yourself happy. Don't, you know, be, you know, depressed every time you got to stick your hand in your wallet and pay for something, right? Life's too short for that. Anyway, I can't save money like you can, right? We're all broke in many respects, and we're all rich in many respects. Just try and accentuate those areas in life where you're rich in happiness and spirit and friendship. You know, all of those pluses in your life. Count those as part of your assets. Right? That's the way to look at life. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Thaw effing dip, just supporting the channel and hard work you do. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I didn't see you asking questions earlier, but you know, you're always welcome to come back and join in the discussion. Throw questions out there. Sometimes I miss them. I apologize to anybody that asked a question that I missed tonight. And then check out my YouTube channel. Search my videos if you're looking for something in particular. Or if you're looking for something in particular, just Google CryptoDad and the subject that you're after, and it'll probably pop up, right? CryptoDad Tor, CryptoDad Stellar, CryptoDad ADA, CryptoDad Bitcoin, CryptoDad Litecoin. You know, all of those search terms are going to pop up some video that I've done. All right? So best of luck to everybody out there. Don't forget, we do this every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again. Throw out your questions. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about the news. We'll move some crypto around. We'll have a good time. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you again next week. Whoops. Wrong. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you in... Almost got it. Hope to see you again soon. All right. Oh, man.